Good morning again from the MisChief Gallery at 1201 Robert Boulevard, Slidell, Louisiana. One of the things we're going to talk about this morning is Louisiana swamplands. If you come to Louisiana as a tourist, you're most probably going to take a swamp tour. One of our natural assets are our swamps, and one of the best ones in the state is Honey Island Swamp, right here in Slidell, Louisiana, where we are. And so I do a whole series of dolls that are swamp related, and I want to show you some of those up close today. This is my swamp witch. This is my blue Rougarou. And here is another little swamp girl. But let's look at the Rougarou first, because I'm very fascinated with the legend of the Rougarou. And I can't tell you the whole legend, but briefly just to break it down. The Rougarou is a werewolf that lives in the swamp. And it's an old Acadian legend. The Cajun people used to tell their children, if you don't behave, the Rougarou will come and get you. Kind of a frightening thing, because it's kind of a frightening creature, but it's mythical. No one's ever really seen one. I have a lovely artist, Dana Sherlock, who does a wonderful Rougarou mug for me. And so, because that is one of the themes we have going on here in our location with some of our other Louisiana art, I do make the Rougarou, and this is the blue Rougarou. She is fashioned out of Turkish leather body with Turkish hair-on leather skirt. This is a real wolf's teeth, and this is a wolf with stone and some silver edging. And some of the vintage Chico's jewelry I was telling you about in one of my other videos that I use a lot of. This is a pretty little piece right here. And let's look at her from the side. Wonderful blue hackle feathers for hair. Beautiful leather skirt. There you can see the back. The leather waistband going all the way down. And again, if you would look at the back leg, you will see my signature and a date on when this doll was made. This is one of the dolls that is available here at MisChief Creations if you visit us. And then we're going to move over to one of my all-time favorites. This is my Swamp Witch. She's very unique. She is fashioned from a vintage kimono silk. This is kimono silk that would have been used for a man's kimono. It's very heavy, very thick. And then I have this beautiful, beautiful piece of Turkish laser engraved hair-on leather for her skirt. This is my last doll made out of this type of leather. I've made a series of several, but this leather's no longer available. So when this doll is gone, it is gone. Again, she has some vintage Chico's jewelry being used here. Little piece has little frogs on it. Little swamp witch brewing up some things here. Wonderful little doll. The skirt is stunning. Look at the back. It's absolutely fabulous. I've made a lot of my Rougarou dolls using this particular leather also, but it is gone. So this is the last doll made out of this type of leather. And my next group of Rougarous and my next group of swamp witches will be made from a different type of Turkish leather. And so here we move into another swamp doll. And again, here's another one of my swamp mugs by a very talented pottery artist that makes these exclusively for my art gallery. This is a swamp mug, and this shows you what we have in our swamp here. There's your pig, and there's an armadillo. And then we have our little baby possums there. These are just fabulous stoneware mugs. They go great with my dolls. And this is Calypso. She too comes from the Louisiana Swamps. A little bit different type of doll. This is Italian leather. It's an embossed leather. She's loaded up with vintage Chico's jewelry also. There's a little lizard there. But this is a very different hair type. I've only done this different type of hair maybe 3 or 4 times. Love the leather. It's fabulous. If you look at it real close, you'll see it's not only got the orange running through it, but it's got some green running through it also, which is very swampy, especially here on the back. Kind of a snake print. So this would be one of those dolls where I went out of my box just a little bit and did a different hair type. The original doll that started out with hair like this was a Mayan doll that I did, that I was influenced by Mel Gibson's movie Apocalypto, and I tried to figure out how to do the Mayan hair. So this is kind of a follow-up to that, but this is a gorgeous doll. She's available here at MisChief Creations, as is the Swamp Witch and the blue Rougarou. Again, each one of them standing on their custom-made basis. This one's got a little short one here. She's a little shorter down there, but doesn't need as much height. But do stop in and see us. MisChief Creations, MisChief Artwork Collective. We're at 1201 Robert Boulevard in Slidell, Louisiana, right off of Interstate 10, right by Slidell Memorial. Textron is across the street from us, 2 hospitals on either side, and a cancer center across the street. So it's a very, very busy intersection. Also, you can see my dolls online in my Etsy store at mgmischiefcreations.etsy.com.